Welcome back to another YouTube video. On my Instagram stories recently, I posted a quick tip on bench press that got a lot of traction. So I figured I'd make a short video on it as I think it's a very vital process of the bench press grip that a lot of people miss. And this topic will actually be dived into much deeper by Sean Noriega on Powerlifting Now in our first month's content that's dropping February 1st in Sean's How to Arch on Bench Press video, where he's gonna really go into everything about grip. So if you've not yet subscribed to Powerlifting Now, make sure to do so, as we still have our pre-sale offer going through the end of January. But starting February 1st, we'll go back to our normal pricing. Our first month's content will be released. And especially if you like what I talk about on this video, Sean's gonna have an entire 40+ minute video detailing everything regarding bench press, especially deep diving into all aspects of the bench press, not just this one simple trick. So what is this one simple trick on bench press? We need to be more passive with our grip when unracking the bar. After we unrack, we can adjust and grip a little bit harder, but we must be more passive when unracking the bar. With our bench grip and how the bar is placed in our hands, we want to think more of the hand as the platform that the bar is resting on. In a perfect world, we could have an open hand, the bar would just rest straight on it like we're doing a push-up off the floor and the bar is just the floor. It would stay directly stacked over our wrist and our elbow, and we go up and down, our center of mass is aligned perfectly, and it would just be as simple as that. But the issue is, it's not as simple as that. If you were to go unrack a couple hundred pounds with your hand completely open, you're risking a lot of serious issues. So we're going to grip the bar. But when we're unracking, we want to still be a bit more passive and not death grip it. And there's many reasons why we want to be more passive, and I'm sure Sean's going to cover that more in his How to Arch Bench video, but what I'm going to cover is being more passive allows our upper back to be a bit more relaxed and allow us to maintain position as we unrack. So to explain further, a demonstration is really needed. So if I'm going to start unracking, one of the caveats we need to understand is all of my prior videos on what I'm going to teach with my setup. But assuming we know this, we're gonna bias into an internally rotated grip. One of the issues with being a strong grip is notice as soon as I squeeze the bar, my hand externally rotates and my humerus externally rotates and tucks in. And so what happens is, as I bring it out, I get into a more tucked elbow position inadvertently. And the reason for this is because when we grip hard, two things happen. One, if we're trying to internally rotate and we grip hard, it's naturally going to start squeezing our hand into neutral. And then two, when we grip, just like on deadlift or on squat or any movement, there's an irradiation effect. If you just squeeze your hand right here, you're gonna notice all the way from your forearm up through your humerus, through your shoulder, through your upper back starts to tighten up. And we want to be a bit more relaxed with our upper back because we're trying to move and manage positions as we're coming out over the barbell. So what do we want to do instead? As I mentioned, we want to be more passive. So as we set up towards the bar, we're going to get into our position, we're going to elevate that rib cage, we're going to internally rotate and create that position where that bar can be stable across our hand and create that platform. I'm still going to grip it, but I'm going to be very passive right now to where the bar feels like it's just balancing on a platform over my hand, because this allows me to stay internally rotated, my upper back is relaxed, I bring the bar out over, I can set my hips down, and now I can increase my grip strength. Because you can see here, after that bar is already out, as I increase my grip strength, yes, there is some movement at the hands, but notice how there's a lot less external rotation at my hands. You can see that through my knuckles and through my humerus. Versus if I'm up like this and I do the same thing, look how much more that freely moves. It's because my upper back is up, it has a lot of room for movement, but once we get that bar out over us, we set that butt down and everything's in position. Once we grip harder, it's not going to change the actual degrees and angles of our body alignment much. And then I can grip a little bit harder, I can go into my movement, maintain that internal rotation and that stacked position of the bar over my wrist and elbow, and be able to manage the center of mass of my bench press better. And I'll actually put on the screen right now a video of Sean benching. Because if you're looking at me and saying, hey Steve, you only bench like 275 pounds, that's really easy to say when you only bench that much. Well, look at Sean here. He benches well into the 400s, and you can see here how relaxed his grip is as he's actually going through that initial unrack, and as he unracks, he's starting to tighten that grip. Now, I would never really recommend a death grip on bench press, but you can be a bit more active with that grip once you are able to unrack. But during the initial unrack phase, you want to keep that passivity. So one thing I'll link below is a video to an Instagram post I made a little bit back about a drill you can do to help create the proper wrist extension and bar position that can kind of help you to understand. Now, it's a drill you should only do with minimal to no weight, where you truly go fully passive and have your hand open. But really, all you're going to do is take those same principles, and once you start working up on weight, you're going to have a more passive grip, but you're going to still make sure you grip in some manner with the fingers and the thumb to make sure to stabilize that bar and be in control of it. But you really want to make sure to keep that passivity, feel like that bar is resting on a platform on your hand as you unrack and set up your position, and then go into a more active grip when you start to bench press. So hopefully this helps you to be able to improve your bench technique and be a bit more consistent on what you do during your setup, translating to your actual bench press and the control on the descent and managing of your center of mass. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, give it a like, comment with any questions you have, and also make sure to subscribe to Powerlifting Now so you can get the full overview of what Sean talks about in his How to Arch Bench video. But until next time, peace.